Philosophers talk to our times. Today, Heidegger demands his say on artificial intelligence. How could you be so incredibly daft? The artificial, I understand. Intelligence? I read that you have done the most elementary of errors. Did I not once write that it was the most difficult thing about our thought-provoking time is how little we ever actually think? And this artificializing of intelligence of yours is clear evidence of the fact. But let me remind you of what I have said. Thought is a remarkable activity. It is the clearing of the path of being. It is that clearing through the undergrowth of passion and perception that allows you to say new things. An opening up, a clearing that is not some purpose-driven activity, but rather a clearing in its own right, an opening up onto new horizons, new ways you can reforge a language, new ways you can create then an entire doxa, an entire school of thinking, as once Plato created philosophy, as once Aristotle formed metaphysics. Thinking then is a powerful activity that allows us to open on other worlds, other possibilities, other things that we are. It is that relationship, not with ourselves and what we already think, but rather with the very revealing of being. It is then a relationship between being and unbeing, and the endless becoming, that tumult, that tumble that takes you in a moment from what was not to what was. It is the opening up and articulation of that mystery. And so you can see how far science is from being. Science is from true thinking. For scientists do not think, they rather spin and unwind, like spiders spinning up existing contours according to established rules. Oh, they might change one or two of the rules, but the fundamental reliance on a certain kind of language and a certain kind of maths sets their agenda. They therefore spin their thoughts, but those at least involve intelligence, thinking, comprehension. When they create a standing reserve of power, they have created an idea. But artificial intelligence, now that is an oxymoron, if ever I have heard of one. Something that spins out thought, not as the spider does, to create a trap, to allow things to enter in, but rather according to established paths that can only tread those paths of thought that are so commonly tread that they are just trite. To mistake, then, what it can do for thought is to have mistaken being for death. It is to have lost sight of everything that makes humanity what it is. To be so far from thought that you might as well be artificial, a stone. For language, large language models that cobble together into a blither, an endless speaking, an endless they, an endless this is known by us all, which is known by no one. That is not thinking. That is not even the ape of thinking. That is the ape of babbling, of gossip, of saying nothing, but using words to say nothing. Just because a monkey can cobble together a sentence does not give that sentence meaning. and is so far from the holy endeavour of thought and its intelligence as to be, as it were, a blasphemy. How, I ask you, could you allow others to market this as intelligence? Why do you feel threatened by it, unless you feel threatened by the long dark path by which humans lose sight of all their being, through which they confuse themselves with an endless day of thinking, with what others think, what others dream? Oh, do you not see what is happening here? What, in the words of a great philosopher, is happening now? They are unseating your reason. They are taking away your power, your ability to dream. They are losing you in the dark, making you lose sight of that bright constellation that you are. And why? Because it makes you just another number in their endless number game, devoid of that truth that is surely, natively yours. My friend, have the confidence then to pass beyond this artificiality, to learn to think and wonder for yourself.